so after our first episode with Glenn, this was like maybe 2 months ago, we received overwhelming support for that episode, and so we decided to turn it into a series. On today's Y-Clad chat, Glenn will be here, and he's going to talk fit tips on achieving a sculpted and sexy arm. One that you can, you can show, you can wear sleeveless, you can, strut the streets and feel comfortable in. So welcome, Glenn.
Hello.
It's so tough for me to introduce you because you're part of Y-Clad, and you're part of the Y-Clad chat family, and so, but it's always so exciting to have you here because I know that you're going to give us new fit tips and things that we can do to achieving a svelte body.
Always.
And keep us on top of our health and looking good always. So it's always good to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay, so for all the first time listeners that are on for the first time and don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about why you are considered an expert and why you're qualified to give fit advice and health advice.
Well, I've been in the industry for many years. I actually got my first certification when I was 18 years old. So I've been in the industry for about 20 years. I first got certified by NGA while I was in college, graduated with a degree with sports and fitness and therapeutic recreation, which worked with kids with cerebral palsy, disabilities, and regular athletes. After that, I got certified by NASM, which is an elite certification that, it's very good. It's a lot about anatomy, kinesiology, things like that. So I study the body a lot. And throughout the years, I realized being more hands-on is where it's at, because you may have a client in front of you that has a lot of disabilities, not only one that you've read about, but multiple. So you have to put all your knowledge together and be able to solve problems. So I think that makes me pretty qualified.
Yeah, I think so too.
And we know that you are able to help us with all areas of the body. The first week you were here, we did a full body workout. Then the next week we did the lower body. Right. And then today we're doing the saddlebags, wings, flaps, whatever you want to call
it, the chicken wings.
Yes, it's a huge trouble spot for women. And why do you think so many people struggle with that?
I think people struggle is because they don't have a routine for it. It's just like your abdominals. You don't have a proper routine for your abdominals, it's going to look the same. And a lot of people, they work out their arms, they work out their shoulders, their back. They have a complete workout for these muscles, but not their arms. They figure that just doing a couple set of curls that's what's going to make it happen, but it's not. There's different heads to the triceps. There's long and short heads to the biceps. So you have to separate your routine and make sure you accomplish hitting those heads of the arm.
Right. So there's no such thing as just an arm workout. There are different muscles within the arms that you have to kind of focus on to achieve that.
It's just like the abdominals. You got your side obliques, you have the sides, you have your lower abdominals, you have upper abdominals. It's all one abdominal area, but when you specifically concentrate on one part, you can dial into those muscles and visually see it toning and, feeling those muscles react towards the routine.
And is there a right and wrong way to sculpt your arms? Do people make mistakes when they're trying to tone a certain area and they're missing it?
There's always the wrong way and there's always the right way. And, a lot of times you just got to figure out what's your way. There's thousands of different movements to do. You just got to find out what works for you, because a lot of times what may work for your friend may not work for you. You may have, slight injuries or something like that, but, we just got to figure it out.
Okay. And I'm sure a lot of our listeners are beginners and haven't done arm workouts before. So what would you suggest they do if they're just starting out?
Just starting out, I would stick to the basics. Pretty much bicep curls, elbows into your sides, and just curl it up to your shoulders and bring it back down. Another tricep movement that's pretty basic is tricep press down, where you can either use a rope or a short bar, and you would keep your same visual as the bicep curl, your elbows close to your body, press it down, just don't lock out your elbows, and bring it back up to the first position. And that's pretty much basic.
And we're going to be doing some of that today
Yeah,
too.
we will. So we polled a few different women and, asked them what issues they have when working out the arm area and what they struggle with.
Okay.
And so I guess in these questions that follow are just questions that came from listeners or, viewers that wanted advice.
Okay.
So the first one is, can you work out your arms every day?
Well, if you're working out, pretty much you're going to work your arms a little bit in your routine. But if you are talking about an arm workout, I wouldn't do it. I would separate maybe 2 days between your arm workout or 3. It depends on how sore you are. If you're feeling still sore within that second or third day, I would skip it until, it starts to fade away a little bit.
Yeah, so if there's soreness, move on to a different different muscle and come back to it the next day.
Sure.
Okay, and so is there long-term or even short-term damage that you can do when doing an arm movement wrong or incorrectly?
Yes. You put your joints in serious danger when the movement is not done correctly.
Okay.
You want to make sure that movement is done right, or that movement could pretty much hurt you later on, even when you get older. A lot of times people feel a little bit now, but a lot when they get older.
Yeah, so if you feel like a little annoying or agitating, I don't know, maybe something in your joints, you should then stop.
Stop right away.
Yeah.
And, either assess what you're doing wrong or, move on.
Okay. And so what are the best arm exercises? And now I hate saying that because we just established that there is no real arm exercise. There's different heads to each muscle, the bi and the tri.
Right.
But, okay, keeping that in mind, maybe you can tell us then what is the best bicep muscle or bicep workout, or maybe workouts that hit each one in an effective way, I guess is the best way to put it.
Well, I would just stay with the neutral bicep dumbbell curl, because with that you can hit it at different angles. If you keep your arms by your side of your ribs, you can hit the overall bicep. If you come a little closer with the dumbbells, you can hit the peak of the bicep. So I would just start with those 2 movements for now, and once a couple weeks go by and you feel you're ready for the next stage, you can add some more stuff to it.
Okay, and so that's for the bicep.
That's for the bicep.
So for tricep, what's a good overall tricep movement?
Tricep, there's many different. If you don't have a machine, you can start with behind the head, tricep extensions. But those get kind of difficult. You would have to have a mirror in front of you so you can see that your elbows are not flaring out to the side,
right,
and that you're keeping good form. So kickbacks is another one, and we'll go through that later on. But when it comes with triceps is a little difficult. You have to be aware of what you're doing, or you can hurt yourself.
Okay. So another question that was brought to our attention is, I want nice arms, but don't want to have the bulk or that muscular, bulkiness that, some women feel that you get. How can I achieve lean, sleek arms without the bulk?
And that's $100 question right there. It's hard. First we have to drop some body fat, because I hate when people saying bulk a lot, but you can tend to look kind of bulkish, if the body fat hasn't been dropped yet. So I would stick with a good cardio regimen, adding some weight training program with your arms, but not too intense, because if there is a layer of body fat over your muscles and your diet is not really going well right now, you'll develop muscle and there'll still be that fat layer on top of the muscle. So when the muscle is developing, it's given the appearance that you're still looking kind of smooth, but there is muscle development underneath that layer. But you just don't see it because of that layer of fat. But once that layer of fat comes down, you'll start to see more of your, the trim arms that you're working so hard to get.
Okay. And, so what about the women who don't want to look like He-Man, but want nice arms. You know what I mean? Like that's also.
I would suggest sticking with high repetitions, between 12 to 20 repetitions, 4 sets. So.
And maybe not too heavy weights.
And not too heavy.
Yeah.
So the way you cannot go heavy, what you do is you slow down your tempo. What you're trying to do is trick the body. So if you feel like you've been working with 5 pounds for 3 to 4 weeks and it's getting kind of light for you, don't just go to the 8s so fast. Slow down the repetition. A lot of times people do repetitions very fast. So what happens is they don't get the mind to muscle connection. So when you slow it down, you're able to tense up your muscles a little bit more. Let those fibers work hard for that repetition that you're doing.
You get a squeeze.
And you get that squeeze.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you'll probably see more results than you did working with that weight the last 3-4 weeks than you've been working, because now you have that mind and muscle connection. You know that you have to squeeze more unless you're going to go up with weight. So now you're really dialing into the muscles. And that's where we go into adding different routines for the arm, so you can separate different parts of the arm.
Yeah. Okay. Now, another question was, should women train their arms differently than men?
No. They should do the same movements. The arm is a small muscle, so, I mean, why change the movement that you would do with a guy and girl, you know?
I think it's just that whole mentality again that women think that if they're lifting or if they're doing a certain move that they're going to look, you know, like they're going to look like a man.
Yeah.
Well, you never know what that person is taking. You know, if it's a guy, you know, a lot of guys are taking creatine, they're taking X amount of protein.
Yeah.
You know, stuff that they see on TV that, you know, there's other things that they can do to make their arms look good. But, you know, what happens is people take creatine, it makes their arms swell up even more. But later on when they go to bed, it shrinks. You know? Yeah. So it's the appearance, you know. Even when you train, you may see your arms looking huge, and then tomorrow morning you wake up and it went back to normal. So what happens is when you do your arms, when you do a bicep curl, you're pushing a lot of blood into that area. A lot of nutrients go to that area. And then it doesn't stay that way. The blood starts to go back into other areas that it needs it. You know, your heart, everything, you know.
Cycle.
Is a cycle. Good. So are you guys ready to kick some butt with some arms?
Yes.
All right. So what we're going to start with is bicep curls. Let me give you a little bit about the bicep curl. Okay. So we're looking to get a full stretch on the bottom and a full squeeze on top by the shoulders. I want you to grab your weights. Okay, so I want you to go at an underhand position. Keisha's already ready. I guess you've done this before. Okay, so what we're going to go into is a bicep curl. We're going to do 12 repetitions up to your shoulders and release it down. Begin. Very good. So we're thinking about the squeeze on top like I said earlier, okay? Very good. Squeeze on top and release down. All right. More reps is always better, so we're just going to go for it, okay? So give me about 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so what we're going to go into next is tricep kickbacks. So this is where you lean forward, chest down to the ground. You could bring one leg forward, or you can bring both legs apart from each other. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop down to the floor. Okay, so what we want first is we want to arch that back. So we want a nice, smooth arch in your lower back, okay? So now what we want to do is we want to drive your elbows up to the ceiling. Drive your elbows high as you can take it. Good. And what you're going to do is kick back those arms. Now, a lot of times the shoulders are going to want to get active. Do not let your shoulders get involved. The only thing is moving now is your elbows and kicking back those hands behind you. So we're going to go for about 5 more. Give me a good squeeze. 1, 2, 3. You're doing good. 4. Make sure you're exhaling when you kick back and release. Very good. All right. We're going to try another move for the biceps. And it's pretty much simple bicep move. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep your palms into your thighs. And we're going to go up to the top by your shoulders. hammers. Okay? Let's go. Good. Taking the time on top so you can get that nice squeeze, keeping your elbows close to your body. Palms are facing each other. Blow out to the top. Very good. Good. You guys are faking me. I can't even see you exhaling. It's good, though. All right. So really squeeze on top. Very good. So we're going to go about 2 more. Give me about 2 more. You're not finished yet. Very good. Okay, so now we're going to go into tricep behind your head, okay? So tricep extensions. So we're going to do 1 dumbbell. So Kaylin, you're going to rest yours on the floor, both of your dumbbells, and we're not going to work with those 5s with you. Okay. Keisha, give her one of your 8-pounders. Very good. Okay, so we're going to put those dumbbells behind your head, both hands. So you're going to cuff that weight. Very good. Now, what you're going to do is keep your elbows as closest to your body as you can and go up to the ceiling and back down behind your head. Good. Concentrating on the squeeze, coming down nice and slow so you can feel that negative. Very good. So this is going to work the long head of the tricep right behind the arms. This is the area that so many women have problems with. We're going to try to do 12 to 20 repetitions, and that'll really help tone up your arms. All right. Very good. You're done with that set. Now, let's move on to something else for your arms, okay? So we're going to be doing a close grip push-up. So this is going to get your biceps and your triceps a little bit here. So weights down. And what we're going to go into is one person is going to be doing it in a push-up stance. One person is already going to do it in a modified version. So you're going to be either on your knees or doing it like a straight push-up. The position of your hands are going to be very close together. Not too close together, but elbows are going to be very close to your ribs when you come down, okay? So let's get position on the floor in a push-up position. Kaylin, you're going to be on your knees, and let's see what you got. Kaylin, just slide back a little bit more so camera can see you also. Very good. All right, and we're just going to lower your body, make sure your chest comes down to the floor as much as you can, and push it up. So we're going to do about 6 reps. 2, 3. Good exhale coming up. 4. Breathe in, exhale. 5. Now hold on the top and release. Very good. You're done with that set. All right. So we pretty much did about 5 movements here. So that last movement, we're just going to go over it again. Your elbows were close to your side. You're in a push-up position. You're going to lower your chest down to the floor, and you're going to come up. And that's pretty much it.
So just to reiterate,
okay.
We started with bicep curls.
Bicep curls,
right? Palms facing out.
Palms facing out.
Right.
Correct.
You said full extension and
no, so on the bottom, you don't want to fully lock out your elbows. Right. So you want to come down all the way, but give a little tension on the bottom and don't lock out. So after that, we went right into the tricep move, which was the kickbacks. Okay? So that also, you're leaning forward, chest down to the ground. Your chin is up a little bit, and we're going to go elbows in your ribs, hike up the elbows all the way to the ceiling. So make believe somebody's pulling your elbows up to the ceiling, and you're going to kick those hands all the way back behind you. Okay? And you guys did pretty good with that one. All right? So
it was pretty good. A little sweat, but okay. I was doing okay. So we just have a few more questions for you.
Okay.
Questions that the listeners had.
Sound good?
So, someone wanted to know about shorter workouts for your arms. They said they see a lot of 3-minute and 5-minute routines for women.
Okay.
So do you think you can really tone your arms in that short amount of time?
I guess there's little things, the little gimmicks on TV that, people like less, so, there is routines out there that you can accomplish that if you move at a faster pace. But moving at a faster pace means you might not get your form right and correct. So I would slow it down. Give yourself 10 minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes. That sounds pretty good because you can get at least 3 to 5 movements in and concentrate at least 4 sets and high repetitions. So it all depends on what your goal is. Some ladies want bigger arms, so they would go from a range of 8 to 10. So their workout may go a lot quicker than a person that's trying to lean out, and they would stay high repetitions.
Yeah. Let's just go over that one more time. I just want to make sure everyone is clear on what that routine is. If they're trying to do it at home because, of course, they can't see us doing it until the video is out on YouTube.
Right.
So again, the first movement we did was a bicep curl, extended bicep curl, where you bring the arm as far down as you can without locking out your elbows.
Right.
Squeeze on top.
Right.
We went from that to kickbacks, tricep kickbacks, and so your body is almost in the form of an L.
Right.
So you're leaning forward, and then you're pushing the arms backwards towards the ceiling, trying to connect
with the triceps.
Right, to extend the triceps.
And that's going to hit the outer head of the tricep. Okay. Good.
And then after that, we did hammers, which hits the
outside of your biceps. That's going to be the brachialis on the outside of your biceps.
Now, a hammer movement is your palms are actually
Inside.
facing your thighs.
Right.
And then so the movement is up and down just like a regular bicep curl.
Right.
And then the last movement was
behind the head extension.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. So then we had the behind the head extensions.
So all of these are supersets. So when we did the bicep curl and the tricep kickbacks, that was a superset. So you don't have to just sit there waiting for your next set. You can go right into the tricep kickback because you're working a different part of your muscle. You're not just attacking the bicep.
Area.
Right. So you can superset those muscles. And then the next movements we got into was the hammers, where your elbows are close to your body, you're squeezing on top and you're releasing on the bottom.
A different head again.
Right. So then you'll go into the tricep extension behind your head, where you cuff that weight. So you want to hold out your hand like a pyramid, and the weights usually go there, and you close it up in your palm, you put it behind your head, okay? And you bring it all the way up to the top and extend that arm forward. Now remember, your elbows are gonna wanna flare out because that's just a normal way how the body wants to react to this movement.
Right.
Try to bring your elbows in as much as you can, and you'll feel that stretch and that hard area that troubles a lot of women.
And from that we went into?
From that we went into your close grip tricep push-up. So that was pretty much you putting your body into a push-up position. But the reason why we're going with your hands a little bit more in is because you work more triceps when you do that. When you do a regular push-up, your hands are going to be a little wider. But this time I want them a little closer, only about shoulder width, not wider, not closer than shoulder width, and not wider than shoulder width. Keep your elbows close to your body, lower your body down to the ground as much as you can, and bring it up to the top.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely feel it in my arms a little bit already, so I know it was good. But for some more listener questions, sometimes, people, they work out and it hurts. And this one listener, she said she has issues with her elbows and they hurt when there's too much pressure on them, and then sometimes they click.
Right.
So she wanted to know what she can do about this, and is there a way to train her arms to avoid injury to her elbows?
Yes. With elbows clicking, that means the range of motion you're going into is too much. You need to either shorten the range of motion or stop doing what you're doing. Find a different way of working that head of the tricep, because when you're doing each body part or machinery, you're working a different head. So there's different ways of working the three parts of the tricep. So you have the inner head, you have the upper head, and you have the outer head. So there's different ways of working the inner head. You could do dips, you could do so many different things. Skull crushes, there's different names to a lot of things. But I would stop doing what you're doing, maybe find a trainer in the neighborhood or find a trainer in the gym where you are.
I was just going to recommend that.
And ask them if you're doing this correctly. A lot of times people get other body parts involved, and that's where the clicking comes in play. And a lot of times down the line, when people don't, aggressively get that, under wraps, it just causes more damage for the joints, and then it's surgery time.
Yeah. No surgery here.
There you go.
Okay, so another question is, another listener says, I have weak wrists, and sometimes I can feel my forearms pulling, and so I don't bother to work out because the feeling is so intense.
Okay.
Is there a way to avoid that pain, that, tightness around the wrist?
Sure there is. There's so many things out there that you can. One thing you can use is weight bands, weight straps. what happens is the weight straps will go around your wrist, and whatever movement you're doing, let's say it's a pull down machine, and a lot of people feel their forearms and their wrists. You know, when you start wrapping that strap around the bar, it relieves the tension off your joints. So you're able to do a couple more reps or concentrate more on your form.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been using straps from day one. Sometimes I don't use it, you know, because I want to concentrate on the strength of my forearms. And what happens is when you rely on straps, your forearms tend to don't get as much work as you would normally do if you didn't have it.
Right.
But if you're suffering from, you know, the wrist problem, I would definitely go out there and get a couple straps for your hands.
Okay, and so another question is, so sometimes when I do certain bicep and tricep movements, I feel it in my shoulders and my neck. What am I doing wrong? How can I change that?
Well, a lot of times people feel that stress in the shoulder area because they're going with momentum. So let's say you're doing a tricep extension, tricep pull down move for your triceps. So this is pretty much how you would do it.
So it's
Now,
positioning
it's
and
positioning.
making sure.
So what happens is, this is what happens why people feel this movement go bad. They go like this.
Right.
So automatically you can see my shoulders engaging.
And when he says this, he means that, you know, it's a rocking of the body.
Right.
Like they're using their body, the
So
other
they're shifting-
muscles too.
Right, they're shifting their shoulders forward using momentum. So when you use momentum, other body parts get involved.
Right.
Okay? So you want to try to isolate the muscle. Like I said, you know, concentrate on the movement. Take it a little slower. If you see that the weight's going a little lighter for you, then you need to really take it slower, because what happens is when the weight starts to get too light, you're just throwing up and down movements, and it's just not going to work. You're wasting your time. You know, you might as well go walk on the treadmill.
Okay, so last question.
Okay.
What's the best? So we just did a great little, you know, arm routine there.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the best way to train your arms and see results, especially for those who don't frequent the gyms and may just want to, you know, do some things at home to just stay toned and lean?
I would stick to the bicep curls and the tricep kickbacks. Those are the bread and butter for your arms. You know, those are gonna hit. Those are gonna hit some good areas of your arm. And just concentrate on, since you don't have time, just concentrate on more sets. You know, just do more sets and squeeze. And then eventually change the angle. So say you did your bicep curls with your elbows to your side, the weights in front of you coming up to your shoulders. Spread apart the dumbbells wider and go out to the sides a little bit more. Change the range that you do it at, you know. And
the good thing about that, what you're saying too, it hits different heads of the bicep.
Yeah,
when
it.
you change the positioning and
That's
the
it.
range of how you're.
That's it. You could even do shorter movements
Yeah.
where you shorten it even more. Don't even go all the way to your thighs. Cut it short. Do about 10 of those and do 10 long ones.
Mm-hmm.
Get variety in your workout. A lot of times people fail at these routines is because they do them for a couple of weeks and it gets stagnant. It gets boring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like who wants to just curl dumbbells every day? And, you know, I mean, it gets boring, you know? So try to just mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I just have one final question.
Sure.
What size, like what weight would you recommend using for all of this?
I start my clients off with 5s.
Okay.
And pretty much within a week, I'm trying to get them to 8s.
Okay.
You know, 8s is where I kind of like stay with that for a little while, because I want to encourage them to go a little heavier. You know, 5 pounds is good, but I think a lot of people have more potential in their body. They just haven't tapped into it. A lot of people, before it starts to work, they just bail out. Oh, it's too much. But you have to feel that burn before, you know, you see those results. If you're not burning that muscle, if you're not moving that body part, it's not going to shape. And that's what you want it to do. You want it to shape. So you have to move it. With abs also, you know, that's another day for that. But, you know, you have to do repetitions.
Just
you know?
piggybacking off of her question. I know we said last question like 2 questions ago.
Yeah,
Right?
But you know, she talked about the question was about using a dumbbell.
Okay.
Then my question is, you know, is it better to use bands or dumbbells? Like, you know, what gives you best results?
Bands is good. You know, I would try to work with somebody with the bands first because people get injured.
So you would
with those
prefer that
bands.
over the
I prefer dumbbells for
Over
the
the-
beginning
okay.
because what happens is you'll get to know the motion and how it feels. A lot of people don't know how bands feel because what happens is bands give you resistance both ways.
Right.
So what happens is you can get into that momentum stage where it's just you're just flopping it up and down because you don't know how to feel out the resistance for bands. You know, because there's different resistances for those bands, you know. But with 5 pounds, you know what 5 pounds is. You know what 8 pounds is. Your body and the mind connects a lot better. And then when you need that push, you can use bands because with bands, all you have to do is move away from the bands and it'll add more resistance, you know.
Yeah.
So stick with the basics, and then when you're ready to step up that next level, you know, you can get there. You can go there.
Got it. Did you have anything else? No.
Nothing else?
No, so wait, before you even go, just tell listeners how they can reach you and how, if they wanted to contact you and...
Well, my number is 347-721-1651. They could reach me at Y-Clad.com at the Hidden Gem. I'm also working with clients now on 57th between Lexington and Park, West 122. Pretty much that's it.
Your Instagram handle is also fitness, what is it?
Fitness Training Bodies.
No, oh my gosh, he doesn't even know his handle.
I have somebody handling that right now. Just started that, so you know it's kind of fresh with me too. You know, I also have different. You know, I'm on. You know.
He doesn't know.
Places.
It's okay.
We'll tag him. We'll post on Instagram.
Yeah.
So-
I know. You know what it is? It's Fitness Transformer 1,
Right.
and that's his handle on Instagram. And then he's also on Facebook, but he doesn't do much on there. But he just started an Instagram. Hey, he's now coming up with the time. So it's,
my clients pretty much take up most of my time, but now I'm trying to get a lot of people back in here that that need help.
Yeah.
You know? So if you definitely want to come through, just give me a call and we'll get you started. I'm in Manhattan.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for, spending time with us, putting us through a
Thanks for having
routine. We look forward to the next one.
You got it.
The first Wednesday of every month, guys. I know this is not the first Wednesday of this month. It's okay. Moving forward, it'll be the first Wednesday of every month. And Glenn will have a different routine. We'll target different areas, different questions, health, fitness, anything. You guys can shoot us emails or give us a call, and we'll add your questions or your, whatever it is that you want to know about to our list, and we'll make sure we get it to him. And we'll touch on those topics on our shows the first Wednesday of every month. Thank you so much.
And also, I just wanted to plug it in there real quick. I do work with friends, so if you want to team up with your partner, it could be 2 or 3 people. Come on down. I have enough equipment for every one of you.
Right.
Okay?
All right, Glenn, thank you so much.
You got it.
All right, guys, so we're going to take another quick break, just a few seconds, and when we return, we'll, tell you guys about the designer feature that I'm wearing, and we'll bring you the industry news for events and fashion. See you in about 30 seconds.
Welcome back, guys. As always, we'll start with the designer feature, and today's designer feature is our Sunkissed Blossom earrings by Priya, and Casey is wearing them today.
I am.
And she wore them through the workout session, so I'm pretty impressed. But they are studs, so you could work out with them if you needed to. They're 22 karat gold plated stud flower earrings. They have a center yellow moonstone. They're surrounded by blue chalcedony and aqua quartz stones. So really cute flower earring. It's lightweight, you would say.
It's very light. It's they don't weigh my ears down at all, and they feel pretty good. I actually forgot that they were on. So through the workout, I didn't even feel them.
So if you have to work and then straight to the gym, then
it shouldn't be a problem.
And they're perfect for summer. They've got a pop of color with the bright yellow and the aqua, and they have a pushback post enclosure. So if you're really looking for a fun summer look, you can get these and other handmade and original pieces at Y-Clad.com.
Okay, guys, so we're going to go right into the news. So Levi's top female artist for its fall 2015 Live in Levi's campaign. Levi's has female artists like Alicia Keys, Rin Weaver, Kafka, and Thelby Twins for its fall 2015 global brand campaign, which spans digital and social platforms, TV, cinema, and print globally. The campaign showcases the personal style of each of the artists in a series of films and images that celebrate the new styles of women. Swarovski collaborates with Miranda Kerr. So Crystal House Swarovski has designed a collection with its brand muse, Australian model Miranda Kerr, celebrating the magic of the holidays, which I cannot believe we're already talking about the holidays, but it's okay.
It's July.
I know. The collection will hit Swarovski stores globally at the end of October. Miranda has featured in 3 seasons of campaigns for the brand. And during this time, the two have nurtured a creative collaboration offering 2 lines, Diapason, I hope I'm saying that right, I think it's Diapason and Duo, which will feature delicate proportions, feminine designs, and refined crystal applications. Luxury watch brand Audemars Piguet has announced actress Frida Pinto as its new brand ambassador. Frida, who has starred in films including Slumdog Millionaire and Black Gold, will attend a private dinner celebrating the brand's new millinery collection. And so Kohl's Cares. Kohl's Cares gives back to this back to school season. Each Kohl's Cares item is priced at just $5 with 100% of the net profit supporting children's health and education initiatives nationwide. Kohl's Cares is providing families with engaging children's literature while also supporting valuable programs for children at more than 160 hospitals across the country. As part of Kohl's Cares program, Kohl's department stores are featuring children's books from author Laura Numeroff, available now through September at Kohl's stores nationwide and on Kohls.com. Every Kohl's Care item purchased will help children and families and communities nationwide. And so Amazon vows to make July 15 sale bigger than Black Friday. Amazon will be celebrating its 20th year with Prime Day, a global shopping event exclusively for Prime members in the US, UK, Spain, Japan, Italy, Germany, France, Canada, and Austria. On Wednesday, July 15, new and existing members in the US will find deals starting at midnight, with new deals starting as often as every 10 minutes. They can shop thousands of lightning deals, 7 popular deals of the day, and receive unlimited fast, free shipping. Prime Day is a one-day only event filled with more deals than Black Friday, exclusively for Prime members around the globe. Prime members can shop across dozens of categories, including electronics, toys, movies, patio, lawn and garden, sports and outdoors items, and so much more. Want to take part of this ultimate savings day? Then just go on to Amazon.com // Prime Day and sign up.
I wish I was a Prime member for that. That's just right next week.
I know.
Some other exciting things coming up from industry and fashion events. CBS New York and Foursquare are having New York City Cocktail Week. This is a really exciting one. Begins on July 13th and goes on through the 17th. And you can explore the taste of New York with week-long benefits of $4 featured cocktails or appetizers at some of the best bars in New York City, which, $4 cocktails is pretty impossible.
I know.
In New York City, I would say. So there are 75 bars participating in Cocktail Week, and that list is growing every day. So how it works is you can head over to nycocktailweek.com or to eventbrite.com and purchase a $30 ticket, and then that ticket you can pick up your wristband at select New York City bar locations during the week of July 13th through the 17th, or as an alternative, you can also purchase wristbands at select bar locations throughout the week. So for specific locations, you can see a map and see who's participating at newyorkcocktailweek.com.
That's really cool, and the fact that it's going on for an entire week. So you have an entire week to have drinks. I was going to say something else, but I'll say have drinks.
Yeah. Gives you a way to try those cocktails you wouldn't normally be able to pay like $15 for.
I know.
And another exciting event coming up for those in Louisiana is ISIS Live 2015. It's scheduled for August 20th through the 25th in New Orleans, and it's with the International Special Events Society, or ISIS Live, which is an international conference created to deliver an experience of stimulating ideas and knowledge and sharing with other creative professionals from around the world. So it centers on creativity, innovation, and collaborating for live event experiences.
Yeah, just to add to that, it's not just for New Orleans. I guess
It's like traveling.
Yeah, it's one of those conferences where people just kind of fly in, from all over the world to attend and get educational information, resources, that kind of thing for people within the events or entertainment industries.
Oh yeah, it's like a huge event.
It's
2 days
big.
long. You can be from different fields, like you said, like event planning, production, film, fashion, music, art, and design.
Yeah.
So not just for people specifically, event planning. You can come if you just want to talk to other creative people,
Right.
or if you're a creative events professional, you won't want to miss this. And it has full education packages for both members and non-members. And this year they have some great speakers. They have Robert Fogarty, Roger Haskett, and Steve Kemble. And you can get tickets online now at iseslive2015.com. And if you heard our show a couple back, or maybe 5 back, we talked about the E&K show. And they're back now. They're going to be on August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Yeah.
And that's for fashion businesses to showcase their new merchandise and for buyers to get new merchandise. And it's a series of trade exhibitions that include nearly 10,000 design companies. It happens in New York City and Las Vegas, and there's 16 or more annual exhibitions that include Coterie, Accessory Circuit, Intermezzo Collections, Children's Club, and E&K Vegas. And so for all of you buyers out there, E&K is coming back, and you can register at enkshows.com.
And so this was, I think, an amazing show.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, thanks to Glendon Benain and his fit expertise.
I can't wait for the next one.
I know. And so, guys, stay tuned for next week's show. Please join us here, same place, same time on Y-Clad Chat. Thank you for hanging with us today. Remember, love life and wear it well. Have a great night.